Yo, what's up, guys? Nico here. Hey, I wanted to talk about a perspective that I think has really helped me out. So I'm hoping that it might help you out. I used to run into certain obstacles in my recovery, and I'd honestly use them as an excuse to relapse. So in my early days of recovery that I'd do this. And I'd run into a situation where I'd be invited to a group event, and most of the people there were gonna party it out. By party it out, I mean smoking weed, snort some cocaine, drink liquor, shots, all that stuff. And in my early days of recovery, I knew that I shouldn't be going to those places, but I also didn't want to miss out. So I saw it as an obstacle. And most of the time, two things would happen. One, I'd get peer pressured into it and I'd end up going, and then I'd relapse. Or two, I would see it and know that I couldn't go ahead and have the self-control that I needed to say no to these substances, and I would not go, and then I'd feel just really bad about it. And I'd feel bad because I'm like, I'm trying to live this life of recovery, but I don't really have a life. The concept was very difficult for me. So having these type of obstacles used to shy me away from both recovery, shy me away from going to these events. The perspective change that I had to go ahead and take is that these obstacles, and we're going to still stick on the events, as we'll call them, parties, family gatherings, whatever they may be, I used to see it as a negative. I had to change the way that I thought about them, and I started to see them and view them as an opportunity. An opportunity to go ahead and develop my resilience, to develop my skills in saying no, to develop my skills in fighting peer pressure. I started looking at these situations as an opportunity to grow myself in my recovery. Now, there's limitations I had to put on it because there was, you're in that type of environment, that old saying, whatever you're surrounding yourself with is what more than likely you're going to become. And I had surrounded myself with drugs and alcohol and that party life for so long, that's what I ended up becoming, was a drug addict. I had to limit the amount of time and the exposure that I had to these events, but now I'll still go. Now I'll go to these parties that some of my friends have. I'll go to some of these family events where I know my cousins are going to get all fucked up. It's fine. That's the way they want to live, and they don't have the problems that I have, and that's okay. I'm not trying to knock any of them. But I wasn't going to allow my recovery to stop me from enjoying life. Because recovery, there is joy in it, but we just have to approach it differently. We have to see these events as opportunities to develop ourselves. Again, develop our resilience, develop our strength against peer pressure, our commitment to our word when we say no. I've been to an event where I told them I got offered some drinks, and I was like, no, I'm good, I'm not drinking. You don't need to give an answer for why you're not drinking or a reason for why you're not drinking. Just say it. Had an individual come up, put a couple shots in front of me, like, no, you're taking some shots with me. And I straight up told him, no, I'm good. I don't want to drink right now. I got a little bit of a funky look, but they knew that when I said no like that, the answer was no. So I saw it as an opportunity to go ahead and develop these skills that were going to help me out down the road. And I got to put a little asterisk to this topic because I don't want you to use it as an excuse to go to one of these parties if you're not mentally strong enough to be around that type of environment. I know there's some individuals who, when they start drinking, they're more than the likelihood of them convincing me to drink is greater than me convincing myself that I don't need to. When those individuals invite me to parties that I know drinking and substances are going to be there, I usually still say no. So you have to be able to manage that. What I'm trying to express, guys, is that these obstacles that we face in our recovery They're not obstacles. They're opportunities. They're opportunities to grow. They're opportunities to develop yourself. Recovery is a self-development to living into a new and a better lifestyle. One that you can survive and thrive. Not one that's unmanageable, left you broke, left you broken. Because that's what active addiction does. That's what perpetual pleasure seeking does. It leaves you in that state of mind. Recovery, it gives you strength. It gives you resilience. And then you might even find your purpose. Because again, guys, I say it over and over again. You're the hero to your story. You're the main character in your movie. How is it going to end? Is it going to end in destruction where you don't succeed? Because you don't have the strength, you don't have that self-control to put yourself back into a right path where substances, drugs, and alcohol aren't managing your life for you. You're managing your life? Or is it going to go ahead and be a story of success, a story of surviving and thriving? Guys, you have something here that you've been given that you're supposed to give to this world, and I truly believe that. If you don't give it to the world, who else is going to? And if you let a drug or alcohol or substance or whatever addiction it is that you have stop you, we don't get to enjoy it. There might be somebody out there that you're going to help. And they might actually create a vaccine for something. If you just laughed at that, that's great. But I'm being honest. There's a way to go ahead and move forward, guys. Don't view certain situations as obstacles in your path to recovery, but view them as opportunities to better yourself. When I first started this speaking stuff, I saw a lot of obstacles in my way. And I started looking at them from the different perspective. Hey, it's an opportunity to learn something else. It's an opportunity to develop a new skill. It's an opportunity to deliver the purpose that I have for my life to the world, which hopefully it helps somebody. But this obstacle of how do I do the speaking engagements, which platforms do I use, created the opportunity for this No Halo.